Okay, hey, welcome everyone. This is Edna Keep, and I have with me here today Zorya Belanger. Did I say that right? Did I
You
say-
did, yes.
Okay, good. I actually went to school with a lady whose last name was that, and that's how we always pronounced it, but I have heard it pronounced before with Belanger, so I thought, well, I better just double check. Zoria is one of my students, and I've been laser coaching with her now for maybe 3, 4 months now, something like that.
Yeah, just a little bit longer than that, but yeah.
Longer than that. And she's got some exciting stuff going on. So I wanted to be able to share what she's been doing with you guys, just to kind of show her off because yeah, she's done some really wonderful things. So welcome, Zoria.
Thanks, Edna. It's great to have. Thanks for inviting me on your show.
You're welcome. So give us a little bit about your background. What did you used to do, and what made you get interested in real estate?
Well, it started off. My husband and I are both we went to university together. We were basically young engineers in our jobs. We were married as well, and we were at that point going to work at our jobs for the next 30, 35 years.
Yeah.
And we just realized we had nothing for investments. We had no real retirement plan. So that's when we really started all kinds of things about money and about different investments, about insurance, and then we stumbled on real estate. And it just made so much sense to us at that time. I basically just did a little bit of research and just joined an investment group right away to learn more. And that was the RAIN Real Estate Investment Network.
Yeah.
And yeah, within about, I guess, 2 months from joining that group, we bought 2 properties on our own. And then soon after that, we kind of maxed out what we could put down as a down payment. So we had to start doing joint ventures after that. And we started off partnering with family, and we bought another 2 properties about 6 months later.
Oh, okay.
It just kind of went from there. But that's kind of the main reason we got started was, yeah, we wanted to do something different. And we always thought like maybe we could start some sort of business and do something on the side. And then just real estate just made so much sense once we learned about it, that it could be an investment and a business at the same time.
So how long ago was it that you got started?
So that was actually end of 2013.
Okay.
So it's been just over 6 years now since we've started.
Oh, good for you. And tell us a little bit about what you're working on right now.
So right now we've gotten more into multifamily. So we started off with single family homes, half duplexes. And right now I did a course on multifamily, and it's kind of funny how it came about that I was actually looking to buy a larger building. But I just was putting myself out there, like letting people know what we were doing. And someone reached out and said, like, I'm just interested in buying an investment property, just like just one property, and they wanted my help. So I reached out to my realtor and found out that they were they were working with a builder, and they were releasing these sixplexes. So it just happened that week I reached out to them and found out about it. So yeah, we said, yeah, why not? We kind of put a refundable deposit down, and then we did our due diligence for a while to make sure it was actually something we wanted to do. And it turns out, to be kind of a great first multifamily project to get involved with. So it's a brand new build, and it's in the south side of Edmonton. It'll be complete about August 1st, they're trying for.
Okay.
And it's like 6 units that it's kind of like 3 townhouses in a row with an upstairs unit and a main floor unit. And we're buying that with joint venture partners.
That's perfect. So how did you find your joint venture partners?
So far, it's been friends and family and business associates, or people that we've known. And well, the girl who
What I should ask you is, how did you get them interested in investing with you? Because I kind of know that
okay.
friends, family, and business associates, but because there was a little bit of a process that you went through, wasn't it?
Yeah. The main way was to just let people know what we were doing. And I did that by mostly starting a newsletter to reach out to people, and just because we had been doing this for quite a while, for like 6 years, but a lot of people still didn't really know what we were doing. So I just started putting myself out there more on social media and our newsletter, just kind of reconnecting with people and letting them know what we're up to, and just letting them know, and if they were interested, then they reached out back to us.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's what I always advise my students is, you don't want to be the best kept secret. It's like a good restaurant. You don't want to be the best kept secret because then nobody can find you. And I think social media is a great venue to get out in front of people. And those are your close friends and family, right? Like they're right there. And I find there's a lot of people want to invest in real estate and they don't know where to start. And not all of them have the fortitude to go ahead and do the studying like you did, like you joined clubs and taken courses and gotten coaching. Not everybody either have the time or maybe even enough interest. They know they want to invest in real estate, but they don't want to do the work involved. So it works really good for partnering up with people like that, doesn't it?
Yeah. I found that was the best way to do it. Like I did like stand up in the real estate investment clubs and say what I was doing, but most of it has come through just people that I know already.
Yeah. You know what? I think is just standard for everybody. And you know what? It's the best way. Even when I was a financial advisor and there wasn't as many stipulations as there are with real estate, the people that we knew or the referrals, they were the best clients. They just always were. I had a friend actually who did a lot of cold calling, and she even hired people to find leads for her and stuff. And they were the worst clients. They really were. They were, I don't know if they couldn't keep a financial advisor or what the heck, but I remember thinking, oh, my business is so much easier because friends, family, business associates, and referrals to all those people. So you already had a good, warm, fuzzy feeling already, right? Before. Yeah.
Exactly. We have that trust already. And like by living in Edmonton our whole lives and being involved in a lot of different things before real estate, we have a huge network here.
Yeah.
So it made sense to as the place to start.
Yeah, absolutely. So how did you find the property? You said you just were talking to a realtor and you found it?
Yeah, it was through the realtor that we had bought many of our single family homes through.
Okay.
And they were just their focus is mostly on new builds, and they work a lot with builders, kind of designing or working with the builder to design a rental product. And so this is a product that the builder had done, but they weren't really designing it so that it could be a proper rental property. So they were just releasing them, and they had 3 6-plexes that they were releasing, and we were able to put our name on one of them, and the other 2 got grabbed up pretty fast as well.
So are you able to get a CMHC mortgage on that?
Yeah, we are going to. So that's one of the best things about it is the 40-year amortization, 15% down, and pretty good interest rate as well.
So being as it's a brand new build and there's no tenants in place, do they just go on speculative rents, like what the market rents are for that type of property in that type of area? Is that what they use for their analysis?
For the initial analysis, that's what they'll use. And then before they fund the deal, we actually will have to have tenants in place.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's good to know because I wasn't 100% sure. We haven't done a new build like that yet. So that's interesting. So was there anything, what was the biggest transition, I guess I should ask, going from single family or duplexes into the commercial world? What was the biggest hurdle for you to overcome there?
I guess just learning about multifamily, and because it is very different. But yeah, and analyzing the deals is a lot different. Mm-hmm. But taking courses and reading about it helped a lot. Like I wouldn't have been able to do that. I wouldn't have had the confidence to do it without that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it wasn't. I guess, yeah, that was, but once we got over that, over the education part of it, it was just a matter of finding the time to practice analyzing deals and finding deals that we could analyze. And yeah, it hasn't been too bad. Like we've always, through our whole real estate journey, have been very like slow and steady. We don't like rush into anything too fast. And yeah, so I guess it hasn't been too much, but like, I guess this is the first time we're putting multiple investors together in a deal. That's different. Mm-hmm. So everything about it is just a little bit different. So, but we just need to figure it out, and we are working. Yeah. And what helps is like I guess we had to put together a new team of more commercial focused people. So we're working with a lawyer who's more commercial focused, and a mortgage broker. But we've been able to keep some of our old team as well. So our property manager and our bookkeeper, accountant, like they're all can come along with us into commercial, which is great.
Yeah, that's awesome. So once you got the sixplex nailed down, what's the plan after that?
Well, the plan is to go one step bigger. So we want to do find at least a 12 unit building or bigger. Mm-hmm. That was the original plan, and then this sixplex opportunity came up, and I thought it was like the perfect stepping stone towards the larger building. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like we're planning a 12 to 20 unit building, but something we don't want to do well, not that the new build is not good, but it's just going to have a different strategy. Mm-hmm. We like the faster returns of a product or a building that you could add value to, and then renovate it, and then be able to pull your money back a lot sooner. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's the plan, is to buy like a 12 to 20 unit building that needs some work, needs better management in place, needs some upgrading in the units, that we can increase the value of the property and
of course the appreciation. Now, actually, that's how you started, wasn't it? Before you got the sixplex, you had actually analyzed, and I believe you even had one under contract for a while, right? What did you have it under contract, or just?
No, we didn't have. It was just an example property of what we would be ready to buy.
Okay.
Yeah. But you couldn't find that was our focus. Yeah.
Okay. That the numbers worked.
Yeah, we were kind of focusing on finding the building, finding the partners at the same time, and that's what I was working towards. And then the sixplex opportunity came up, and so now we're focusing on the sixplex for now, and then the next one, one property at a time.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's a good way to do it. I actually just had a student reach out to me just before a call, and he said, "And is there any downfall to having multiple properties under contract at the same time?" And I said, well, first of all, the workload that comes with it, because there's a lot of work with it. But the other thing, I know one time with us, we had 3 houses under contract at the same time, and our first one we got approved. Then our second one we got approved, and of course they all closed, a month or 2 later. That's how you do it. And then the third one we got approved, and then the second one got funded, and then the third one got funded before the first one. Like the first one had a longer close date, I think, because of the people that were living in there, if I remember correctly. And when we went to close on the third one, they wouldn't fund us. And what they told us at the time is that they thought we were too aggressive, trying to buy 3 properties and closing all within a month of each other.
Oh, no.
And so we ended up losing a deposit of $3,000. And that was after we got approval from the bank, but it was just the way that they were the last ones to fund. And so then they wouldn't fund. So that could happen.
Yeah.
And you could have lots of monies out when you're doing deposits and stuff like that. Because how much of a deposit did you have to put on your new build?
We've had to put a 10% deposit down.
Yeah, and then you come up with the balance, which I guess in your case is just 50 for getting the CMHC financing, right?
Exactly.
Oh, perfect. So if somebody is looking to start out, or even at a transition period time, what would you recommend to them to do to get started, or to get even transition from maybe that single family home into multifamily?
I definitely believe that taking some kind of education is the way to go. I've actually been talking to a few people lately about that, and they're asking what we did and what courses we took. And yeah, I could not imagine. Like I'm always, I think maybe just being an engineering background, but I very highly value education and just learning a few things before just jumping in.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I
And
can.
it was very valuable to take the training that I did.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then to have ongoing coaching has helped a lot too.
Well, it's
So
nice to
you
have
don't feel
someone
like
to
you're in it
support,
alone.
right? Yes. Yeah, I agree. I've had a coach in my corner since 1999. That was my first coach, and I've just never been without one because I love the feedback you can get, the supportiveness, the and direction. A lot of times, if you're trying to learn from somebody who's already done what you've done, it just makes it so much easier because they've been there, done that, have a T-shirt. It's just easier to go through it with them than someone says, well, what about this and what about that? I just actually was just coaching another lady whose primary focus was initially going to be real estate, but she wants to get out of her job quicker than than waiting for the real estate game. So she went and signed up for another course, and trying to coach her through that particular course is a lot harder than coaching someone through real estate, because like, I don't even know what to do with something like that. So, you know, you can put some systems in place. I've got all my systems in place for real estate, but when it's a different, you know, online program, especially, it's like, yeah, I don't know much about that. So here's a few ideas, and then you come back to me with your ideas, and then we'll take it from there. But at least with real estate, you've got a good background, and we've been there. We've closed so many buildings, so we know the challenges. Even though sometimes there's new challenges that come up that we've never seen before, at least 90% of the challenges we've been through before. So as you get more and more experience, that'll happen for you too. So if people want to follow you, Zorya, and get to know you a little bit better, and you know, hear more about your projects, how do they find you?
Yeah, if people are interested in any of the projects that we have, then probably the best way is our website is brei.ca, brei.ca. And from there, there's links to our social media accounts as well. And there's some contact information on there, but that's probably the best thing.
Yeah.
I have a bit of information on there about us and the other things I'm involved in.
And then you do some ongoing videos and newsletters too, right?
Oh yeah, there's a link on there as well if you want to join our newsletter and kind of follow our real estate investment journey and our family of how we're doing this. And so yeah, there's a place on there to sign up for the newsletter that we send out. Yeah, that's probably the best way.
And just so you know, I am on her newsletter list. It's very interesting and quite entertaining usually too. So she's got some little ones that join her on the call, her little guy that joins her on the call sometimes, and it's actually quite fun. So I highly recommend her newsletter. So thank you very, very much for coming on here, Zorya. I love sharing success stories with my audience so they can see, you know, no, doesn't matter, you know, what your background is. There's, you know, I have people from engineers to single moms who never finished high school, you know, becoming success stories. And it's kind of exciting, but everybody has a different path. And that's what I like to share with people, is the different path that people end up on to get where they are.
Yeah. I feel we're still like relatively at the beginning of our journey. I feel like bigger things are to come, but we definitely have some success already.
We've got the first sorry, my phone keeps going off here. You've got the first few under your belt, and now it's time for bigger and better. And it'll happen. You know, I find that the first multifamily is the hardest. It just takes a little longer to close. It takes a little longer to get your investment partners in place and all that kind of stuff. And then after that, it gets to be old hat real quick.
Yeah. Well, now that I'm actually focusing on it full time, I'm like, I didn't go back to work after I had my son. And so I've been able to focus on it. And that's one of the reasons we've been able to do multifamily too, is that I have more time.
Yeah.
And I don't have my engineering job anymore. So.
Yeah. Oh, it definitely makes a difference. But it's nice that the hubby still has kept his, so allows you to, you know, still have all that income coming in while you're working this side out, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So we're a team. We're working together to make this happen.
That's perfect. Okay, well, thank you very, very much. And I'll send you a copy of this as well. You can share with your audience, and I'll be sharing it with mine. So thanks again, and we'll talk to you soon.
Okay, thank you very much.
Take care. Bye-bye.